hope and healing, honestly.
Wow. Okay. We did this just maybe 3 months ago. Does that sound
Hmm.
about right? Okay.
Yeah.
So, why don't you talk about what that was like for you? So, I mean, I can sort of give the setting. There's typically three of us. We sit in like a little quadrant of four chairs, and we talk about what we're going to do, and then if you're still comfortable, we pray for you, and so we have people on either side, and then so why don't you take it from there? How do you remember what happened from there?
Yeah, so I just remember sitting there listening to the prayers, and then all of a sudden, I could just start to feel things crawling through my body. It was intense crawling. I mean, it was something that I've never felt before. I could feel it it was going to detach and then it would be sucked back on me.
Hmm.
I could feel it flowing out of me towards the end of it. And
Hmm.
then at the end of it, it was just gone.
Hmm.
It was completely gone. Always had severe back pain, lower back pain, and
Hmm.
since then, and I believe that's where the attachments were, um, I have had zero low back pain.
Hmm.
I've also was dealing with severe stomach issues. I
Hmm.
no longer really have stomach issues anymore. So I could feel the bad leaving me and the good coming in.
Wow. Okay. Let's. I want to back up to something you said earlier about feeling stuff like crawling on your skin. Was your sense that it had already been in you and now it was surfacing, or is it more that it came upon you, kind of a thing?
No, it had been in me and it was surfacing. It was like it was getting ready to crawl out of me.
Oh, it's just so crazy. Yeah, I remember that. I was there, so
Yeah.
I'm remembering, but
It was like
it's
little
still.
worms like coming out of my
Oh
body,
yeah.
honestly. Yes, yeah. It was crazy.
All right.
But a good crazy.
Yeah. Now, now we had you. Some of the things that we always do when people are receiving prayer is we have them verbalize their name, say their name out loud, and then if you're willing or comfortable, you connect yourself, you verbally affiliate yourself with Jesus. The idea being that Jesus is the one that has and continues to pull evil off of people. And so you were saying your name and you were saying, I belong to Jesus. So
Correct.
if you remember that, how was that for you? What was happening during that time?
It was me building a relationship with him. It was me accepting him into me.
Hmm.
And him, I mean, he had always been there, but
Hmm.
showing himself to me and saying, I am here. I've always been here. You just had
Hmm.
to want me here.
Yeah. So it was like you saying, I'm ready to engage with you and get your help. All right. So for you, that was not just an awareness that Jesus was with you, but it was you giving yourself and kind of going out in the open. Like the Bible talks about if you believe in your heart, which maybe you kind of had already, and if you confess with your mouth, then you'll be saved. And the word saved actually has an implication of not just going to heaven later on, but getting rescued from what you're dealing with. And that
Right.
was that the first time you'd verbalized, talked to Jesus and really come to grips with him, or had you done that before? Now you were coming back to him.
I think it was the first time I verbalized it in a form of acceptance. There
Okay.
have definitely been times where I've prayed to him, but I wasn't willing to, or I wasn't accepting him at that time.
Yeah.
So,
Interacting with them, but not giving yourself
right.
completely to
Yes.
them. Yeah.
Yes.
The phrase we use, I belong to, that's a crazy powerful phrase. Uh, and it's different than I believe in or I'm aware of. But
Right.
yeah. And so you're saying I'm willing to belong to you and that stuff's happening to you.
Right.
Um, let's talk a little bit more about your back injury. So when I first met you, I remember talking about your back injury before we did the prayer thing, and you're understanding that, and you've been a basketball player in college, right?
No, I played in high
In,
school. I
in
was
the
offered a
in the
scholarship.
WNBA, you played with Caitlin, and all right,
Yeah. Oh, yes.
yeah.
I'm too
I-
old for
In,
that.
in my brain, I'm always exaggerating every story. So you played high school basketball, you got
I did.
college offers, okay.
I did. Yes. Yep.
But did you stop playing because of the back injury, or the back injury was later on?
The back injury was later on. I
Okay.
just, yeah,
Yeah,
I took
I
an
think you told
academic
me.
scholarship. That's what
Oh,
I
okay.
did.
Yeah,
Yeah. So,
you were such a talented person that you could have gotten a free ride from your brains or your basketball skills.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
pretty cool. Did you tell me that you hurt your back helping a friend move? Like that was the
I
point
hurt
of
my
it?
back help being an independent woman and moving myself.
Oh, okay.
I tried to lift a highway dresser by myself. And I injured my lower back, and when you injure your spine, your muscles will wrap around it to protect it. And my muscles overprotected, which ended up fracturing my C4 up here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So the muscles caused the fracture
Yes.
because
Yes.
the muscles were okay. So
Right.
how long from the lifting of the the highway dresser from lifting before to where you fractured your C4, you said? Was that
Yes.
like a period of just a couple of hours or months or
To be honest with you, I have no clue because it took so long to figure out what was wrong with me.
okay. So you
Doctor,
might have fractured it immediately,
yeah,
or
I would have, yeah, I would have, well, I don't know because
you probably would have known if you had.
I would have known, I think, yeah, because it felt like I had a pinched nerve in my back.
Okay.
So yeah,
Okay.
I think it took a little period of time to do it.
Okay. So you had this back injury for quite a while, right? Like how long?
2017.
Yeah. So for whatever, for 8 years, 7 or 8 years.
Mhm.
Now, how was the back injury? Was it just a minor annoyance that you had to deal with, or was it more debilitating than that?
Oh, it was totally debilitating. I couldn't sit down, so I did work through it, but I would
Hmm.
have to stand up working.
Hmm.
It was completely debilitating.
Just for that first few months, or for much of the 7 or 8 years since the injury?
For much of it.